Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, January 6, 2021. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now it is time for the new comic book video, and this is also the first video of 2021. So I hope everybody had a real safe New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So today was a speculator's dream, and a lot of the speculators and flippers were out in force. Now here in Las Vegas, only 2 shops got their books prior to today, which means there was a feeding frenzy in the morning because the other shops didn't get their stuff till later on in the afternoon. So everybody was out trying to find books, and the biggest shop that was open was Cosmic, and the line and the people there were just going mad for the books. So we are going to jump right into what came out today. Of course, today was the release of Future State. Now, like I stated, I'm only going to pick up a couple of titles, and I'm only going to go over the first couple of issues to see how it goes. But I read the Batman book. I'm not really impressed with it so far. I thought the artwork was kind of lazy on it, but I am a huge Batman fan, so I'm going to give it a try still with issue 2. But let's see what we got. We'll start with DC. Wonder Woman Future State #1. Right here. Swamp Thing, a book that I am looking forward to. This was one of the ones I stated I was going to buy. Now, there was a B cover on this that was selling real well, but unfortunately, the places that I went, the damage on the lower part of the spine was on almost every single book, like it was an issue from the printer and distributor. But I was able to get an A copy. I just wasn't able to get a B cover because, unfortunately, I am not going to buy a damaged book. The one I was looking forward to, a little disappointed. This is Future State, The Next Batman. 2 covers on this, but it was a $7.99 price point, so I only picked up the cover A. Picked this one up because I thought it was a really cool looking cover. Right here, this is Flash Future State #1. One of the books that absolutely blew off the shelf was Dark Knight's Death Metal #7. This is the Wonder Woman foil cover. Sorry about the glare, but it's a nice looking cover, but people were just going mad for it right there. So there's that there. And my favorite cover of the Future State was also a Death Metal #7, but this has Who Laughs on the cover. As far as I was concerned, that was the best cover as it relates to the Death Metal #7 right there. So I grabbed that. And that was it for DC. Again, I'm not going to buy tons and tons of books. I am looking forward to the Teen Titans that's coming out. I believe it's next week, so we'll see how that one is. But like I said, I'm going to give Batman another chance. But right now, it wasn't anything very impressive for me, so we'll see what happens. The book that everybody was going crazy for from Marvel Comics, Star Wars, The High Republic. 3 covers on this, and I was lucky to be able to pick up 3 covers. Here's one cover here. And these are already selling really good on the secondary market. But of course, I don't flip books, so I just put it away. Here's another cover. I think this was the main cover here. Really nice looking cover. Again, sorry for the glare. See if I can fix that. That might fix it. And the hot cover that everybody was trying to get, and this cover is already selling in the $30 to $35 range. This is the Yoda cover. And like I said, this thing blew off the shelves. It was selling really, really good. I was lucky to get one here. So there is that there. And again, speculators and flippers were out in force, and the shop did a really good job. My friend Brian over at Cosmic, where he just put one of each cover in the case, told everybody who came in, tell me the cover that you like, and you'll get 1 copy. He's not letting people buy multiple copies. He allowed everybody to try to get some. Of course, the Yoda book sold out real quick, but that was a really good way of doing it because, again, when you have a book like that, especially since the other shops weren't open, people were just rushing to the one shop that had them, and I guess they thought, I'm going to grab, 3, 4 off the shelf. But again, by doing it that way, everybody was allowed to get a copy. I got a copy, and so I was very happy about that. Next up, Venom #32, cover A. That might be cover B, I'm not sure. Really cool cover here. I love this. They're doing now an Aliens, covers And so this was Venom 32 here. I like that one there. That was probably my favorite of the Venom covers. You know, you got Venom here, Alien there. So I grabbed one of those. Another one here. Another book that sold pretty well. This was Spider-Woman number 8. There was a first appearance in this right here. There's one cover here I thought was really nice looking. And then, of course, the cover people were trying to get, which was this one right here. There was that. That's all I picked up from Marvel. And now the Independents, and I'm very happy. I talked about this book a couple weeks ago that I was unable to get one. It was called Murder Hobo, and I was able to get a couple copies of Murder Hobo. So I was very happy about that. Here's that. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it's probably going to be under the same lines as Hobo with a Shotgun. If you've seen that movie with Rutger Hauer. If you haven't, watch it. It's just a real campy, fun movie. So again, real happy to be able to get a copy of Murder Hobo. A book I talked about probably a month and a half, 2 months ago that was coming out in January. This was one of my future picks. This is Scout's Honor from Aftershock, number 1. So this was selling pretty well, you know, at the shop. So I was happy to get the ones that I pre-ordered. Crossover number 3 had a really nice McFarlane cover. I bought this one because of the McFarlane cover on it, but the book that she's reading, if you can see the cover, and again, I know the glare is really bad, it's a mirror of the cover of the book. Now, they had various ones. They had a Walking Dead, they had a Darkhawk, they had a Spawn one, they had this one here, and then I guess there was a green cover on the book that she had. I grabbed this one because there was a pretty good stack of these at, you know, of this issue at the shop I went to and got these. And this was there was only 2 of the mirror covers. So I grabbed the mirror cover. I just thought it was pretty cool. I only bought one. Again, it was a cover purchase only on that. From Boom Studios, or from, actually, excuse me, Boombox. This is The Last Witch, cover A. And cover B. Now, I thumbed through this. I like this one here because there's a witch right there on there. And so I grabbed these because the artwork looked pretty decent and the story seemed like it was something that might be interesting. So I grabbed this. And again, real small company. Who knows what that's going to do? That, you know, things like this, you never know with speculation. Is it going to be, you know, a TV show down the road? Is it something that, you know, is it going to be a children's show, a cartoon, an adult-themed TV show? Who knows? And then the book that I talked about, I really love this storyline. This is issue number 2 from Antarctic Press. This is Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. This is only a 3-part series. This is book number 2. Really cool cover right there. Now there's another version that I have on order. That's a topless version of this. But again, if you haven't read this, the thing about this book here that I really like is it's a $3.99 book. And it is all comic. There is no advertisements in this. There's nothing in here. The artwork is pretty decent. The story is really good. And again, for the quality that you get for a $3.99 book, you can't beat it because the book is really good. The paper quality is really good. And you don't see a lot of that. Marvel's been going real cheap. And if you don't believe me, DC is starting to do that because a lot of the books on the, you know, the Future State are just really, really hard to get in high quality. That Swamp Thing B cover was just a perfect example of that with the damage on the spines. So you get a small company like this who comes out with a good book, a good story, a really, really put together book with good paper quality. Why can't you do that? Why can you not do that? It's a thick book too. It's actually a little thicker than normal. So that's what we had for the new books. Again, speculators were everywhere just snapping stuff up left and right trying to grab it because, you know, they want to throw it on eBay right away and, you know, flip that, you know, the Yoda book up. Like I said, it's going for $30, $35. People are trying to get their money on that. So finally, I'm not going to show a lot of vintage books, but I did pick up 4 vintage books the last couple of days. So I thought I would just show what I picked up. No particular order. And again, Nothing real high key, but just, we've discussed this. You get 12-cent books that you have the opportunity to buy at a price that is fairly reasonable in a halfway decent condition. You grab those because they're getting harder and harder to find raw because everything is getting graded. So these are the 4 books I picked up. Again, nothing real spectacular that's going to make you say, oh my God, look at that great book. Nothing high value, but just books that are pretty cool. And again, you put it in the Mylar, it looks fantastic. So the first one up, Iron Man #7 from 1968. There's that there. Gladiator appearance, always a cool character. Cool covers with that. You can kind of see where, you know, he's cutting into the Iron Man symbol on the title of the book, which I always thought was pretty cool. So there's that. From 1955, this is issue #1. This is Captain Gallant of the Foreign Legion. It's a nice looking book. Again, it doesn't sell for a whole lot of money. You can find a pretty high grade copy of this book, you know, $40, $45. But still, it's a 1955 book. It's a small company. It's in fairly decent condition. So there's that. There is a little issue with some of the books like this because the paper quality on smaller companies back then was really cheap. So you had some of the chipping. Marvel calls it Marvel chipping. Same concept, but still fairly decent eye appeal. 1955, just, you know, a year after pre-code. So why would you not grab that? A book that's hard to find in high grade because it is a mostly green cover, so you get, you know, some chipping issues. But I was happy to find this one. This is Flash #188. Oh, and the Captain Gallant was issue #1. That's why I grabbed it. Flash #188 from 1969. Nice cover right there. And again, real hard book to find in a higher grade because of the chipping. Because, you know, the spine issues really pop on this right here. So there is that. And then finally from 1960, this is Superboy #81, a nice 10-cent cover. Again, nothing overly spectacular, but just a really cool older book. And again, you know, when you plan on having any type of a business, you're going to want stuff like this either on your walls in your case, because people will stop and look at this stuff. Again, this stuff is getting harder and harder to find in halfway decent condition. And when I say halfway decent condition on stuff like this, I'm talking, you know, 4.0 and above, because like I said, books in the wild are getting so hard to find because everybody's just trying to snatch them up, grade them, and just flip them. So there was that. Again, I hope everybody had a really, really safe holiday and a good holiday with your friends and family. And the most important thing is 2021, continue to stay safe. We are going to have a great 2021. I'm hoping that some comic book conventions come out because I have missed going to comic book conventions. There's usually the 2 library shows here in Las Vegas that I always looked forward to. And so there was that. Also, for people here locally, as you know, we had a shop here called Cactus Comics, and the owner passed away, unfortunately, lost his battle with cancer, which is always sad whenever that happens. But there is a new owner at Cactus Comics, and they are in the process of trying to get everything set up and open. So that's good because, again, like I've stated in the past, the more shops that can be successful, the more shops that we have in town, the better it is for the community, the better it is to keep the hobby alive and active. Like I said, I am really looking forward to 2021 because I think it's going to be a fantastic year. And so that's pretty much what I am looking forward to. I am going to start showing older books, but I'm also going to show some recent books as well, just try to show some highlights of some books that are still doing very, very well. As a matter of fact, I will save that for my next video. They'll give you a little taste, a little tease of what's coming out. But again, you know, go out there, get your books, order from your shop, support your local shop, especially during this time frame where small business really needs help keeping their doors open. So if you're a subscriber, thank you for watching the channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell so you can see when my new videos come out. So there it is. So I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day. Happy hunting if you can find those books that I showed, especially the Yoda book. And I will see you in a couple of days.